Guys, how we doing? Welcome back. Wow, what a night Raw just was. Welcome to Chair Shot Sports, the driver to the top production. I'm John Anthony. Wow, I have such a mixed bag of emotion for these past 3 hours. Everywhere from the scripted stuff for the first 2 hours and 54 minutes to the last 6 to 8 minutes with the debut of the new Wyatt Sick6. Let's start at the top. So we start off. Raw kicks off. Here's the opening signature. Here we go. We get some flickers. I look up. I'm tweeting. I look up. I could have sworn I heard something. I look up again. Then we get the WWE signature, almost like black and white, moving a little bit. Then goes into regular stuff. So that goes, and I'm like, okay, I see you guys. Here we go. We're kicking it off with this, and we're gonna go. We're gonna just hit the ground running. Let's go. Um, Obviously, one of the biggest surprises that nobody knew. WWE. I've said it before a couple weeks ago. I said it last week on the Block 105. WWE has plugged up a lot of holes. They've plugged up a lot of leaks. Knowing when people are going to be in the arena, whether we're making a return, a debut, a new signing, nobody knows. Case in point, Jordan Grace in NXT about 3.5 weeks ago. Nobody knew she was going to be the person who was going to pop out to challenge Roxanne. Well, no one also knew that Seth freaking Rollins was in the house to come out and kick off Raw. What a shock. It was awesome to see him come out. He looks amazing. A little bit of a new look for him. I like it. Not the crazy wardrobe stuff he was doing before, but looks great, polished, looks like $1,000,000. Comes out, talks a little bit about his legacy, being back on Monday Night Rollins. Out comes Damian Priest, obviously very visibly limping. Talks about how he's here, it's now his show. Banter back and forth, everyone talks. Out the gate, I did not expect this to happen. The fact that Damian Priest throws it down is like, hey, you want me? Let's go. Money in the Bank, World Heavyweight Championship. Let's get it on. Wild. So that is booked. It's official from Adam Pearce. Seth Rollins, Seth freaking Rollins, and Damian Priest, El Campeon, is going to be going one-on-one for the World Heavyweight Championship of Raw at Money in the Bank. Awesome, awesome match. That is going to slap. Not to say that anyone interferes, anyone's going to kind of have something to do with anything. We'll talk about that in a couple minutes if anyone gets involved. But that match is going to slap. I'm very excited. Good to see that Seth is nice and healed up, ready to get back into the grind. Again, like I talked about a little earlier on our YouTube show, I know a lot of people have been talking about Damian being a transitional champion, not earning his stripes and not really cutting his teeth. But you're cutting your teeth when it comes to Seth freaking Rollins and the belt that he won, the inaugural World Heavyweight Championship. So that is going to be an amazing match in 3 weeks in Toronto. So that happens. Go through some other matches. Chad Gable takes on Braun Strowman. We're going down the road. Here we go. Drew McIntyre walking down the alleyway, coming into the building, and here it is. Was it CM Punk? Nope. Screen flickers. You have the Nightbird. You have the symbol. You have some other stuff. You have a couple characters. You see some silhouettes. No QR codes this time, guys. Tonight's the night. We talked about earlier. Tonight is the night. Everyone's coming out tonight. You're going to meet who we've been talking about for about 3.5 months now. That flickers goes away. So, okay, great. We're excited. Everybody's happy. Everything's like, okay, everyone's pumped up. Drew comes out to the ring. Doesn't really get much out on the mic. Crowd's going nuts, kind of booing him. A little bit of cheers. Drew looks around. There's a CM Punk chant going on. Drew kind of looks down. He's like, CM Punk, all right. Everyone keeps laughing. He's still a little more laughing. It's kind of like, I can't do this anymore. Screw this company. I quit. Drew McIntyre quits the WWE and walks his ass out. Triple H tries to stop him. Adam Pearce tries to stop him. Drew walks his ass through Gorilla, through the curtain, out into the main gate, and we would imagine into his car and leaving the arena. Drew McIntyre has left, for all intents and purposes, the WWE. This is nuts. This is wild. Now, if you're looking at this from how I am, as soon as it happened, I go to Twitter. I'm talking about it. I go to like tag Drew. For some reason, I thought I didn't know his tag. I'm like, I know what Drew's Twitter is. What are you doing? It's not working. I go, Drew has deactivated his WWE Twitter account. You can't find him anywhere on X. He's deactivated it. He's gone. Wild stuff. I'm like trying to find him. I'm like, oh, wait, oh, okay, I guess that's that. Screenshot that. I put that out. Hey, Drew just deactivated his X account. Oh, shit. Things are getting real right now. Now, if we can slow it down for a minute. It's a lot of stuff. Uncle Howdy, Drew McIntyre, a lot of stuff going on. Seth Rollins debuted, coming back after his injury, getting healed up. Him and Damien at Money in the Bank. Let's just slow it down. So Drew McIntyre quits WWE. Now, as soon as that happened, got through the curtain. I waited until we came back from the commercial break. You see Trips, you Paul Levesque kind of getting him on the chest. Hey, listen, let me talk to you. Blows past Triple H. Pierce is like, let me talk to him. He's following him down the tunnel from Gorilla. I only have 3 letters on my mind. TNA. This makes perfect sense. Guys, if you thought that this partnership was just to have Jordan Grace come over and fight for a title and send a couple people over to their pay-per-view against all odds, you are sorely, sorely mistaken. Like, this is genius. Simply pure genius. Drew is going to quit WWE, screw this company. I don't want to wrestle for you guys anymore. He's even quoted as he's walking out of the, you hear it, he's walking down the hallway with Pierce. It's everyone from top to bottom. I'm sick of this place. And it trails off as they get down there. That is a perfect segue. Drew is probably going to pop up on TNA Thursday night. Again, a couple people tweeted at me on the post that we put up. It does suck knowing Drew did re-sign with WWE. We know he's not truly going anywhere. Obviously, people saw that. I don't know if they're trying to maybe gimmick or pander to the casual fan who might not know specifically he did re-sign. But it's kind of common knowledge he is back with WWE. But the fact that they're running this angle, he shows up in TNA. Maybe he challenges Moose for the TNA World Championship. Again, numbers. Wild for TNA. Drew Galloway gets back to the old stomping grounds that he found after leaving WWE the first time. Guys, this can only be amazing, and it can only do wonders for TNA, putting them on the map. More WWE's going on to them. Listen, I'm one of those people. I'm not going to lie to you. 2 weeks ago, I just purchased TNA Plus. I couldn't find Impact. I was watching it on Twitter. I now see Impact every Thursday. I'm watching the pay-per-views on Fridays and Saturdays when they have them. I've jumped in. I've crossed the line. I'm in. I have wrestling every night of the week. Monday through Friday, baby. I'm booked. I'm ready to go. And then I got PLEs and pay-per-views from AEW, TNA, and WWE on the weekends. I have full weeks. My wife hates me. It's way too much for me to watch. I'm over here taking notes, doing homework for the shows. But I digress. But I think the Drew quitting angle is going to be great. I think it's a great segue. They need to capitalize it. I can't see how they don't capitalize it with Moose coming out on Thursday night, talking hella trash, talking about how he's gone through this roster. The system is built to not anyone take this belt away from me. Boom. I'm hoping the Broken Dreams theme plays in TNA. That would be amazing if that happened. But I'm really hoping that Drew pops out on TNA this upcoming Thursday. Would be great, great stuff. And with that being said, I want to talk a little bit about tomorrow night. We got to talk about NXT. Who is coming through that curtain? Who's coming through the prohibited portal from TNA over to WWE? Who's jumping in this battle royal? I got a couple names. I got Joe Hendry. I feel like that might be the biggest name to win this right now. Joe is huge in TNA. They've kept saying, there's a couple times, I can't really pinpoint. Vic Joseph did it a couple times on NXT. They did it once on Raw. Say his name and he appears, talking about somebody else, giving that reference out. You heard it, and you're like, wait, what? That's the Joe Hendry gimmick line. So I'm thinking he definitely comes out tomorrow night at NXT. Hopefully wins that Battle Royal. Joe Hendry, Trick Williams. That would be an amazing main event for the NXT title at Heatwave. Would be awesome to see. Personally, we talked about it a little earlier. Jeff Hardy just came back at Against All Odds. Made his debut back with TNA, helping out his brother Matt Hardy, getting beat up from the system after Moose defeated him for the TNA World Championship. So I would love to see Matt Hardy. Would love to see Jeff Hardy back in an NXT ring. Makes sense too. Don't really want to put them up to the main roster. No need for that. Let's build on NXT. I said it a while back. NXT is going to be a viable third brand by the end of this year. Moving over to the CW in October. A lot of moves are being made. A lot of people are being pushed to that brand. And I think mainly that's why this move was made with TNA. Let's get some people in to the brand. Make them notable. Obviously, Ethan Page was signed. He's in. Ty Dillinger. Lexus King. You would like to think that Ricky Starks is probably another name that's going to drop in the next probably 2 to 4 weeks. He hasn't appeared on AEW television. It's hard for me to believe that he's still entrenched in AEW with Tony Khan. I would like to think he's going to make the trip home with Cody Rhodes, with the other 3 guys, with the little segment they had backstage on NXT last week. So Drew quits. Maybe he's going to TNA. Let's see what happens. Like I said, he was in the back with Triple H. Triple H trying to stop him, blows by him. And here we go. Let's go to a triple threat match. Jey Uso versus Finn Balor versus Rey Mysterio for who's going to be the first entrant into the men's Money in the Bank match. Great match. Great back and forth. Obviously, Judgment Day got involved. Dom's got to get involved, try to screw over his father. At the end of the day, Finn goes for the coup de grace, goes for the pin. Jay's on the other side, hits him with the splash. 1, 2, 3. Jey Uso wins the triple threat. Jey Uso's going to Money in the Bank. And it could be Yeet in the Bank. We don't know yet. We'll see what happens. A lot of things happen on SmackDown. A lot more matches happen on Raw. Jay's in the crowd, just yeeting it up. Let's go. Let's go. Lights go out. It's time. The clock ran out 3 hours ago. The reckoning is here. We tweeted it. It's time to pay. You doubted him. You questioned him. And now he's here. Who's here exactly? Well, you hear the single chimes, the single first beats of Bray Wyatt's old music. The light illuminates a door. The same door Bray Wyatt walked through when he came back. Now that door came open when Bray was here. Came up with promise, with anticipation. People excited to see what Bray Wyatt was going to bring back to WWE. Not this time. What came through that door was not happiness, was not an anticipation for what's going to happen. What came through that door was dread of what will happen. First person we see, the light kicks out. We get ground lights. Smoke is going. Music's still playing. Something's crawling through that smoke. Here we go. Sister Abigail crawling her way through that opening door. Crawls her way to the lantern. Now, I'll start with this. Obviously looks like Nikki Cross. Amazing masks. Amazing costume. Gets her way to the light. Stands up. Tells the camera to leave and go in the back. Camera then takes us on a journey. Here we go. We go past the door. We go to the back. We go through the curtain. Turn a corner. Bunch of bodies piled up. Camera comes up. Here's Ramblin' Rabbit. Now that's who I would like to think is Eric Rowan. Sitting there with his mallet, help written on the side of it. Staring at the camera. Camera keeps moving. Let's go. Camera's like, let's get our way into Gorilla. Let's see what's going on. Camera Purses through the curtain. Gorilla is jacked up, massacred, ruined. Smoke everywhere, TVs everywhere, lights, fixtures, everything broken. Bodies lying everywhere. Personally, I would like to see if, like, I wish like Paul Levesque would have made like some kind of appearances getting busted up on TV. I got to go back and take a look at slow-mo. I'm sure he's somewhere in that wreckage, but everyone's busted up. Camera pans up a couple times. You see the new Wyatt Sick6 logo flashing on the television. You see a figure sitting crisscross applesauce on top of one of the crates. Go over, you see guys, blood out of the back of their heads. Guys just knocked out. Camera comes up. It's Percy. That's Joe Gacy. So then we go through the curtain again. Let's go to the other side. Let's go down that ramp. That same ramp that Drew McIntyre left when he said, I quit. Let's go down that hallway. Let's see what happens. We pop the curtain open. Who's, oh! Oh! It's a guy in a Huskus mask. Now, mind you, it's a gas mask, a la Dean Ambrose. It's a gas mask, but has the pig ears. Very nicely made up. That's Dexter Lumis. You can tell by all the tattoos on his arms. Great getup. Just kind of. So the camera's like, oh shit. All right, so there's only one way left to go. You got to go down the hallway. They go down the hall and take the corner. And there he is. In all his glory. Smoke everywhere. Illuminated by all the blue lights. Very much a tribute to Bray Wyatt. There he is. Bo Dallas. Uncle Howdy. In all his glory. So it's walking toward the camera. Doing the sway he was doing before when he was with Bray. Starts walking toward the entrance. Catches Huskus. They start walking toward. Then goes into Gorilla. Grabs Joe Gacy. Then they go through the curtain. They go to the front. At this point, Eric Rowan, Rambling Rabbits joined him. They all go up. The door's gone now because they've already come through the door. They've stepped through. They all meet up with Nikki over by the lantern. They all stand there. Everyone looking up. People going nuts. Bo Dallas, Uncle Howdy picks up that lantern. This is where I got emotional, man. This is supposed to be scary. WWE did a great job of making this seem like it was a massacre. They did an awesome job. The acting, everything. Chad Gable got his ass wrecked by these guys. He was taken out. Nice close by him with just ass beat by these guys. I got teared up. I got choked up. I got emotional. I could feel it. Bray was there, man. Like, somewhere, Bray Wyatt smiling down, man. What an amazing job WWE, Paul Levesque, Nick Khan did to honor Bray Wyatt in doing this in a way where you could see, and you see the new mask for Bo too, like it's very cut out here. You could see he couldn't stop smiling. Yeah, I mean he's happy to do this. The crowd reaction, people getting crazy. You got holy shit chants going. They're showing certain things. Bo is so happy to be carrying on the legacy of his brother. It's just so great to see. I felt it, man. Bray was there. It was awesome. I think WWE did a great job. I think they delivered. I know it was a big payoff. We were talking about it earlier on our YouTube show. I mean, 2.5, 3 months of QR codes and cryptic stuff and things online and just taking over Twitches, all this other stuff. I think what they did was amazing. I really think that at the end of the day, obviously Bray got very sick after coming back his second time to WWE. This was probably the course of action that they were going to take with Bray, especially when he started bringing the characters to life. Obviously, this is done now in Bo's vision, and Taylor didn't disappoint.